So welcome to our introduction. Our trivia for today is: are you familiar about mouses? Have you ever heard about the kangaroo mouse? Well, there's a fun fact about the kangaroo mouse. The kangaroo mouse never needs to drink water, despite being named after an Australian animal. The kangaroo mouse lives in the Nevada desert, and since it resides in such a dry area, it's learned to adapt by getting all of the hydration it needs via the seeds it eats. This means that the kangaroo mouse never drinks water. Isn't that crazy, right? If human body needs water and other animals needs water, why does the kangaroo mouse make it different? I mean, a mouse needs a water, but kangaroo mouse is more different because they don't need water that because they are used to live in the desert, and the species in that used to live in the desert, like they can control their hydration, and they are used to live in dry areas, so they don't need to drink water, and they never drink water. The kangaroo mouses never drinks water. So now our agenda for today is more knowledge about delivering a speech. Would be able to deliver effective speech. We'll know the importance of delivering a speech. Now here is our topic for today: delivering a speech effectively. The following are 5 steps to deliver an effective speech. First, be authentic. Above anything else, stick to what you believe in. In public speaking, most of our communication is nonverbal or manifests in our tone and tenor. Like, if you're an Catholic and someone is like against Catholic, so you must stick in what you believe in by telling them that you believe in this and these things. It's the form of communication is being authentic. If you don't believe in what you're saying, your body will betray you, and our brains are wired to pick up on these cues. I see this as a blessing in disguise because our bodies are built to keep us honest. That's why we need to be authentic. Next up, for number 2 is understand it's not about you. Public speaking is about the listeners, and whenever possible, a speaker should build the speech with the listeners in mind. How did they end up in front of you? How are they in front of you? And what do you think that excites them? What do they need to hear about you or to understand about you or on what you're saying? As someone who is more comfortable listening than speaking, I find comfort in reminding myself it's all about the audience. I think all about what the audience will appreciate after communicating to them what I needed to say. I focus on the audience comfort and reminding myself that the audience is listening to me, I'm communicating to them, and I need to understand that I need to know the audience on what excites them and what brings them joy whenever I communicate to them. Next up, we have invoke context. What is it that brings the speaker and the audience together? Especially if your remarks are action oriented. Help audience members understand their role in context of history. Given the specialness of our islands, help our audience realize how their decisions tie back the well-being of a wise land and people. Number 4, write, practice, rewrite, and practice. Some people can do well just following steps 1, 2, 3, but when there's time, you'll benefit from careful writing, practice, and editing. As the son of a baseball coach, I remember taking my role as a little league pitcher seriously. Before every game, I'd sprint to the mound to eyeball the distance to home plate and feel how my cleats dug into the dirt when I'd wind up. Whenever possible, I take the same approach to speaking. Sneaking on stage beforehand, cut. Whenever possible, I take the same approach to speaking, sneaking on stage beforehand to see if the podium wobbles or just to build muscle memory. So number 4 is so important that when you're delivering a speech, you need to write down your speech, practice your speech, and if there are some things that you need to understand or you need to innovate more, you need to rewrite, and then after doing the first 3 steps, practice again to enhance your delivery speech and for you to look more confident. And lastly, be single-minded and present. In a world full of multitasking, public speaking still requires absolute focus. If you're distracted, your audience is distracted. Focus also helps a speaker ward off rambling, which nobody likes. So in this step, be single-minded and present. You need to focus more on what you're saying and focus on yourself for the audiences not to be distracted also. Because on what you say and while delivering your speech, your audiences focuses on you. And if you get distracted in some point of the speech, they tend to be distracted too. Like if you're talking and then you're like looking somewhere or you're doing hand signals on other people or other authorities, the people will try to look on what you're pointing out and will not focus on what you're saying. And they cannot listen to you. And nobody likes that kind of thing. Now, what is the importance of speech delivery? Once you have selected and researched your topic and prepared and organized your presentation, you will need to work on your delivery. Without diligent work on the initial parts of the speech process, however, even the most impressive delivery has a little meaning. On the other hand, combined with a well-prepared and practiced presentation, delivery can be a key to your success as a speaker. Delivery can communicate your confidence and preparedness to your audience. Effective delivery shows your audience that you have researched your topic and understand what you are speaking and talking about in front of them. An effective delivery allows you to pull it all together, to showcase your work and to speak with confidence during your delivery. Think about some of the brief courtroom speeches you've seen or heard by lawyers on various television shows, such as Law and Order. Think about how they communicate confidence and enthusiasm in their arguments when making a case to the jury. If an attorney does not seem confident in his or her delivery, how might it affect the jury's decision? In the following section, we focus on 8 important aspects of delivery: overcoming anxiety, setting the tone, considering language and style, incorporating visual aids, being aware of time, choosing a delivery method, projecting a speaking persona, and finally, practicing and putting your speech into action. Above all, the main importance of speech delivery is to communicate your confidence and preparedness to your audience. And effective delivery shows your audience that you have researched your topic and understand on what you're speaking about. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned something about delivering speech, and I hope in your future speech you will know how the steps on preparing and delivering your speech. Thank you all. God bless.